Hi everyone, welcome to Sudo Science 6, Time. This week's video is my slightly crazy interpretation of time, and especially the higher dimensional properties of Earth. Time is not actually linear. There is a complex web of time that is observable right here on Earth. The written word was at the heart of the first time machine, the Holy Bible. Let me explain. The Bible is a book, but it was spread the whole world over. Somewhere in the web of time, this book was literal history. It was written in Biblical Hebrew, a dead language that still exists, but only from the study of the book itself. Latin is also a dead language, which is still studied. There are many dead languages, but they all occur for a simple reason. The timeline they originated from was destroyed before the language evolved. To take that further, the Jewish people studied the Torah. It was the history of the Jewish people. I don't know when it was discovered as a history, meaning when someone noticed that the trials of the book were happening in the present, but that was the turning point. The reader now had a map of the future in the palm of his hand. The trouble with that is, the more you know, the more you can do to change it, and too many changes will render your map obsolete. The map becomes obsolete when you can no longer understand the language it's written in. This happens when the empire it originated from no longer arises through the natural passage of time. The natural passage of time is a slow and steady progression. A very small change early in history will have much more of an effect. As you travel great distances across the Earth, you don't just travel through space, but time as well. The further west, the further back you go. In science, we have a phenomenon known as a wormhole. And what most people don't know is that a simple telephone call across the Pacific creates a wormhole of sorts. Of course, now that we have instantaneous global communication, all this becomes moot. The natural passage of time hasn't changed, but the link between old and new is now instant. In this world, simply saying something new sends a ripple through the fabric of time. The idea is perfected through the natural passage of time, passed back to the most ancient land, and you, the person who created the idea, arrive at a new timeline where the idea has always been there. We as humans cannot comprehend anything different. Our brains are only able to sense the timeline in which we exist right now, and the path that led us there make up our memories. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the subscribe button, as I will try to make a new video each week.